So, hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to talk about internship in Luxembourg. It can be also included all Europe because there are some similarities, and we are going to talk about the salary you can expect and how to find it, the website, how to send an email, and language. Is there any language barrier if it is for which majors or positions? And Kazi is also going to talk about her experience in internship, and we are going to also talk about the type of internship. Let's first start with how we can find an internship in Luxembourg, especially.
Do you want me to start?
Yes.
So in internship, you can have an internship, a mandatory internship on your master, or is not mandatory. So that is the first thing. Companies will ask you if the master, if the internship for the master is mandatory or not. So that's the first thing you need to know regarding the studies that you are doing here in Luxembourg. And then if it's mandatory, we don't know really exactly how to do it because in our master's degree it's not mandatory. So we can choose rather if you want to do an internship or maybe we can just make the master thesis in the university. So we have these two options, right?
Yes. For our case, it's not kind of, you say not mandatory. It's a thesis, but you can do it in industry. So it's a kind of, they call it thesis internship. And the good point is that you can work full time and do your thesis in industry. So it's not just finding a job and applying for a job, and no, you need to be synchronized with university, and you need to have two supervisors from university side, and then one supervisor from the company that you are going to spend your time there. And there are also other type of internship that you can check it out in the website of the Gishet, that I put the link in the description or the comment of the video. And the amount of minimum salary is different. For example, for our case, the salary is, I think, I wrote it down, is 30% of the social minimum wage of unskilled, which we are in 2023, and it would be around 700 euro. It's not that a lot, and you can expect more. I will explain some experience. But I'm not like a lawyer. You need to check out the Gishet website. It's the official website that mentioned the minimum wage, and they update it all the time. So make sure that you refer to that website because I'm not the reference. But you can negotiate. I don't say that everyone gets more than that minimum wage, because many students cannot find, like, make it clear, like maybe 50%, maybe 50% fine, maybe 50% don't find, and some of them like satisfied with the minimum. But the thing is that always we can negotiate. So if the company asks you the minimum, and probably they don't know what is the minimum, so keeping in the mind. So if they ask you, they will give you the minimum, probably even they don't know what is the minimum, because it's not a thing that even the HR maybe sometimes doesn't know. So keep in mind to negotiate about your salary. I think it is also maybe you think that it can be rude to negotiate it, but anyway, it's for example, my internship or other internship that my friends have, is for 6 months, and if you even like increase it for 400 euro after 6 months, it would be more than 2,000 euro, and it's your money. But the average, not I don't mean the average, but you can easily expect like 1,500 or more.
Yeah, I would say something average.
Yes.
Because of course there are companies that will offer you the minimum. But as Shaheen is saying now, you can negotiate depending of the things that you are gonna do, the task that you have to deliver in the company. They can, I don't know, offer you maybe a little more, but it depends. Depends. So I think that it's safe to say that just wait for the minimum.
Mhm.
Is fine.
Yeah, of course. If it is you go for the minimum, so it's fine because it's not an experience that everyone can have. And if you find it, you are going to be lucky. And the point is that don't negotiate. I say negotiate, don't negotiate. If you give me like 500 more, I will come. If no, I wouldn't come. Not like that. You can say that, you offered me, for example, 700, but 700 for Luxembourg is not enough. The cost of living is high. And if it is possible, increase it. If it's not possible, I would come. In most cases, even you can see that you even accept for the lower salary, but when you explain them that it doesn't make you satisfied this amount of salary, they would increase it and they will understand you if you have you cannot afford your cost of living here.
Mm-hmm. But let's go back to the procedure and how to, like step by step.
Yeah, the first thing that is amazing is the salary. We talk
the
about
salary
it.
is an important topic. The
Yes,
minimum
but
salary that we can get is also important, and maybe if we can negotiate, is even better. But there's a procedure that we have to follow, right?
yes,
So in the beginning, if we decide to look for an internship in some company in Luxembourg, you have to talk with one of your professors in the university. So, for example, if your internship is more related to a specific field, for example, structural or I don't know what is management, marketing, what else?
I don't know.
Oh,
Mechanical engineering.
or computer science. So you go directly to these companies, and depending of the company, you then after that you look for a professor in the university, and this professor has to I don't know, support your idea, support your topic, and yeah, with the support of the professor, later we can just sign the documents in the university, and that's it, I think.
Yeah, you have a very high chance that you can find a good professor, unless, for example, you're a civil engineer and do find a internship in computer science or something related to that. That is completely irrelevant to your studies. That's why the professors may reject you in terms of supervising your idea and your internship in a company. But keep in mind, it's important that if it is after your graduation, it's completely different. It is not like that. Even the minimum salary would be different, would be around 75%. You can check the Gisha, I will put the link there. And many times people tell you that I'm doing an internship, but in legal terms, it's not a real internship. They are under training. And for example, they finish their study, then they're under training in a company, and they call it I'm doing internship. But in a legal terms, is a kind of like normal, how do you say, is a normal contract. And in legal terms, not internship. So don't misunderstand people that tell you that I'm doing internship. There are many type of internship, and even some internship are not real internship in terms of legal terms. Yeah.
So this video is related to the internship agreement in Luxembourg. So it's different. There is some companies that doesn't know anything about the internship agreement, and they will offer you a contract. It's not a 6 months contract, which is different because if in our case we are not European students, so we have a studying visa, and we cannot work 40 hours per week. and the company says, okay, you can come, you can be here in the office 40 hours per week, and we are gonna give you a contract, a full-time contract. And that is not possible because it's different. This contract is, the work contract is different than the internship agreement. So you have to be aware of these two differences. I think Shahin will put the link for you to see it. And the document is different. The internship agreement is between the university, the company, and you.
Yes.
And the university allows you as a student to go full time to a company. So the main institution here is the university. So if the university allows you to go to a company full time, so you're okay, you're fine, but you cannot sign any full time job contract beside this internship agreement.
Yes. Yes.
So now we can talk at how do we find an internship?
Yes, that is important. The website I check it out. His name is Movie Job. I put the link in the comment section, whatever, and I found it really sufficient for English speaking students in Luxembourg because can kind of cover all of the positions available, especially internship position available for that. It also covers for other languages, of course, but for English speaking, I think it's sufficient because there are other websites they announce some other positions, but like most of them is in French or is in German. I mean that is not specifically for English speaking people. And that website I found is sufficient for any job you want to apply. Maybe also you can check out LinkedIn, but it's up to you. And the thing that
So, for example, I had an offer that I got it from LinkedIn. So there is possible because companies in Luxembourg are looking for students and looking for professionals to go to their companies because students are cheaper than a full professional. You are just in the end of your studies, so you can say that it's just the certificate for you to be a real professional for them. So in knowledge, you can be in the same level. But for them, as long as you are a student yet, they don't have to pay you 100% of the minimum wage. So for them, it's also a good thing to have a student there.
yes, of course.
They're cheaper.
And the point is that it's not the only thing that you're cheaper. I mean, in terms of salary, of course. The point is that they can also train you, and in the 6 months you can also, if they are like a French speaking atmosphere of the company, you can also improve your French or other language in that period of time. And they train you that after a while, after 6 months, you will be the permanent employee of the company. And the real purpose of the internship in Luxembourg is that is not just replace you with a permanent employee there, or I don't know if they want to outsource some like extra tasks they have. No, it is illegal, this kind of thing, and you can check it on the Gishet website. I'm not a lawyer, don't trust me about that, but you can check it out. You can see it. Make sure to read the website, and if you are in doubt, just ask. I don't know, university, or just make sure that I communicate with even in the HR department. And
another thing, for example, if you want to go directly, if you really like a specific company and they don't have any open positions for internship, you can just go directly to the contact information, send your CV, send, I don't know, a motivation letter and talk to them.
Yes.
Because that also works for me.
Mm-hmm.
You can reach companies that you're really interested in, and if they are interested in have I don't know, a student in the company, maybe for a specific task that they need, they would be interested and they will contact you.
Yes.
So it's not only the, for
Open
example,
position.
the open position that you
Yeah.
can have. You can reach companies as well.
Yeah, open position. I mean that you can find even like in the website, or they have a open position for interns. And the thing is that you shouldn't just wait for the open positions to come to you and you find it and then apply for it. You have a good chance to directly contact. We go to the website. There are some websites that list all companies in Luxembourg that, for example, in a specific area, about civil engineering was. Do you know? There was a website. I don't remember the name of the website. Yeah, I can put the. It's for just civil engineering. You can find all companies in civil engineering, and then you can go to their website and see the email address, maybe info at the name of company, and then send an email, introduce yourself and show interest in their company and tell them that you want to start an internship for 6 months, and you have a good chance to receive a reply from them. So it shouldn't be necessary open position that you apply for it.
Mm-hmm.
You can make the position for yourself.
Yeah,
In
that's
other
what
words.
I did.
Yeah, good, good.
Okay,
Yes.
continue.
And about the language,
Yes, the languages. Okay, so do you want to start?
we can start.
Okay, so we are in Luxembourg. So we
Yes.
know that French is really important. We know that German is really important. And sometimes English is like a second or third language in terms of importance. You know,
I think
so,
it's the first.
no,
Okay,
in
continue.
Luxembourg. In
No,
Luxembourg,
I think it's first. Even the Luxembourg is the most important language. Continue.
So in my experience, I have to say that French is really important. So when I contact the company, there is this small company, and I'm doing my internship in this company now. When I contact them, I told them I just talk English. Maybe I can understand a little bit of French. Maybe I can understand a little bit of German, but nothing else, nothing really complicated. And they contact me again and they say, okay, it's fine. You can make your internship in English. So that is good. In that case, because also the internship that I'm doing now is an spot that they make for me. Okay? So, okay, they accept the fact that I don't talk French. And for the internship, it's fine. For the
What about the
internship,
atmosphere of the? Is it
the
French?
the atmosphere is okay. For example, I think
No, I mean the language of the main language of the
no,
company.
the main language is French.
Hmm?
It's French. If I start a conversation in English, everybody will say, "I understand." And I learned that you have to start to talk in French. So, for example, in the office, in the hallways, you have to just talk in French. Everybody will understand French. Not everybody understands German, but it's okay. But for sure, not everybody talks English either.
Yes. In my experience, like in Luxembourg, especially youngsters know English. Almost more than 90% of them know English. And but the problem is that let me explain why I said that is that even English here in Luxembourg is the most important language, because most of us here think about the English as a granted language that everyone should know. But that's why maybe she says that is not the most important. But if you check out the most of the positions available, they ask you, you need to know English and French or English and German. So English is a must have for you. So for us as international students, the English is a kind of granted that, Okay, we know it, but the second part is important. But now, for many people, that they need to also learn English, and yeah, it's important. You need to know English in Luxembourgish company.
Depends. For example, your experience is different because your internship is in an international company. So, yeah, it's international. Of course, it would be in English. The people in your office is not everybody comes from Luxembourg or French. For example, in my internship is a small company from Luxembourg. So most of the people comes from Luxembourg, from France, or some others also internationals. Yes, but depends of the company. This is a small company. The only office in Luxembourg, so of course they're gonna talk in French. But your company, the company that you are doing the internship, is an international company, so it's different.
And it's not just a thing that people around you know English. For example, I'm working in two offices, and in one office, the language office language is French, and the other one is English. And the one in the it's French. Everyone knows English very well. But the problem is that they speak French and I don't know French, and you get lost. Even though that people know English and can talk to you very fluently, there's no problem at all. But there are always some communication in the office that you hear some word, but you are lost. You know, you don't know what they are talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is important. And there are some specific areas that you need to know the official languages of the country. It's not just about Luxembourg. You know, for example, the jobs position that emergency may happen. Like for example, you're working a really very dangerous factory, or you're working as some kind of, for example, you're a nurse and you need to give medical services. The guy that is like sick, even though they know English, they cannot at the time talk to you in English, and they may not remember some like medical terms. So a nurse, of course, need to know the official languages, and we have many official languages here, and they are supposed to know all the official languages extra in addition to English. So you need to know many languages. Just imagine. And yeah, that's why sometimes the language is really barrier for you, but not in all cases. And also for state jobs, you need to know all languages plus English. And you have three official languages. It means you need to know French, Luxembourgish, and German. German and Luxembourg is kind of close, but yeah, still you need to know like many languages. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would say that if you talk in English and French, it's enough to have a job. So don't worry if you don't know Luxembourgish or German, like the four languages.
Even
If you
English.
talk, yeah, if you talk in English and French, it's perfect, I think.
Even if it's just only French or only English, you have a good chance to find a job. I don't say that there is a barrier in terms of you cannot find any job. In terms of if you know more languages, you have more options to choose, and you may have better job, you may have better position, then you can choose between the options you have, of course. But if you know just one language, your cases will be completely limited.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And is there anything else? Your experience was good. You
For
can
now,
like
yes.
finish it with your experience
For
as
now,
an
it's
intern.
good.
Okay. Okay. Is it difficult, or they expect you to do many things? Do you think uh, like people see this video should be afraid of the internship, or is completely
No, no,
something
no,
normal?
no.
There's
In the
nothing more.
beginning, they try to explain a little bit
Mhm.
what they are expecting from you, from your work, by the end of the internship, like the delivery of the project that you are doing. And they know that takes time in the beginning, mostly because sometimes you start a little slow and then you start to make progress. But the I for me, the experience is good until now.
Huh?
What about
Nice.
you?
For me, it's also good. Great. I'm still like learning the name of people. It takes
Yeah, me
time
too.
you get. Yeah.
Me too.
I'm still in
I
the
don't
state of
remember the
confusion.
names because the first day, for example, it's like, okay, hello, my name, your name, da, 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 with everybody, with the
Yeah.
whole office, sometimes 40 people, 50 people.
That takes time.
Takes time.
Yeah.
But I think it's good for you to try to find an internship because later for your CV, it's gonna look good. You already have an experience in Luxembourg. So when you have your degree, your certificate, when you finish your master or bachelor, then they will see your CV and they will say, oh, you have already experience. So for example, if the company that you're doing your internship, maybe they want you for something really specific, maybe later there's not really a possibility for you to stay because sometimes it doesn't really depends on you or the job that you are doing. Sometimes depends of the company if they have on a spot a free position. If they don't have a free
Yeah, exactly.
position, you can have the experience on your CV.
Yes.
So that is also good for later. Look for a full-time job.
Yes, of course. It's a really good option and opportunity, especially for students, especially at the last semester, to prepare themselves for entering the real job market in Luxembourg. And I think that's all. Thank you very much for watching this video. And if you have any question, please, yes. And I answer all of the comments.
We're
check
gonna
it out.
try the answer everything, and
Make sure that you also can check out the other video that we have about finding the student job in Luxembourg. That one also may help you. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.